Good evening and welcome once again to the Living with Purpose and Presence, the Raja Yoga Experience podcast. I'm delighted to have a very special guest today, a young person who has been practicing meditation for a few years now. So it's a very interesting conversation. I'm delighted to welcome
Thank you.
Yutika Lohar. She's 13 years old and she has agreed to speak with us about her experiences in Raj Yoga. One thing that is very unique about Raj Yoga is that it is open to
Yes.
people from all walks of life, from all ages, and that really tells you a lot about the inner being. That what unifies each one of us is
Yes.
something that's inside of us, and it has no gender, no age, no nationality, no passport
Yes.
differences, no skin color. And that tells you a very interesting facet of who we are. And so I'd like to know all these things about that, Yutika. Very young age, 13. When did you start meditating and learning how to meditate?
So actually, my story was like it started way long back. So it
Like
started.
when you say long back, 5 years ago, 3 years ago?
I think this is my 7th year.
7th year. So you mean
I
you
was
started at
maybe like I must have completed my 6th birthday.
when you were 6?
Yes.
You're amazing. How did you're 6 and you wanted to meditate at 6 years old?
Yeah. Actually, the thing was like the lockdown had just started, and I was a kid who liked to be energetic a lot. I was a very energetic kid, so personally, when the lockdown started, it affected
The
me a
lockdown,
lot.
you mean the COVID?
Yes.
Okay.
So it affected me a lot because my mother used to be busy in house chores. My sister had shifted to a college for her higher studies.
You mean here in Dubai?
No, like in India only, Ahmedabad.
Okay.
And then my father had shifted here, Dubai.
Okay.
So I used to be mostly lonely. So I actually fell into depression. So then I even had a lot of anger issues. So like in any subject, even if in school or any personal hobbies like art, if I didn't get it perfect or if I didn't come first, like I came second or lower, I used to have fits. Like I used to not accept that why did I get low or anything.
Okay. So are you angry at yourself or with other people?
No, actually I found it out myself.
Okay.
So like I was on internet and I found out about Raj Yoga.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a free anger management course, like summer
wow.
camp for kids.
Okay.
So, and since everybody was busy, so I decided to try it.
So you were dealing with anger, and in that sense, somebody asked you to learn it, or how did you? What was happening back then inside you that you said, "Okay, I want to learn"? You don't like to be angry, or you were dealing with that. What was the condition that you were going through, and that you said that I want to get out of anger?
Yes, because like I had been very depressed for a long time and I wanted to change that. Why am I doing this? I need something better.
Okay.
So like I soon found out about it. I liked the class a lot, and from one tip for anger management was to make alterations in a diet. So
Alterations in your diet.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
I tried and I said that I asked my mother to do so with me.
In
So
what sense was that change in your diet that happened?
maybe like reducing or removing onion and garlic, like that.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
So,
like
yeah.
me and my mother, since we were the only two people in the house, why would we cook separate food? So we
Yeah.
did together. And in 4 days, we had major differences in our behavior. We were like more calmer. So my mother had this one thought that if this one tip did so much difference in our lives, what would the whole knowledge be helpful?
Wonderful, wonderful. So you mean you only removed onion and garlic in your diet? What were you really eating before?
We were actually heavily dependent on that.
You mean is that meat-based, plant-based?
We were plant-based only, but then our
okay.
diet included a lot of onion and garlic.
I see. And so what were you feeling after that was removed from your diet?
I started to maybe it took 1 year to realize, but I found out that I was accepting my mistakes. If I made a mistake, I didn't mind it that much. I would think, yes, I can do it better.
I see.
And I stopped having fits like, why did I not come first? So I was okay if I came second, that God gave me this. I'm happy.
I see. So, what were the changes in school? So it was COVID time, and you were in the house. You don't go out
Yes.
much. And how has what you have learned in that anger management help you being in the house alone, or just with your mom?
It actually helped a lot because before I used to be like, I have nobody for me, I'm alone. I used to have a lot of thoughts like that. But then I had a way that if I can be calm, I can be anything. And if I can be anything, I can be God's follower.
But what is that lesson from Raj Yoga that made you calmer? Is there any particular thought or idea or concept that you practice within you?
I had attended that one summer camp, and when I saw everybody's faces in there, I was like, I was in awe after looking at their faces. I could see the aura that they're calm and everything.
But what makes it calm? Is there a particular thought that you're using or thinking that makes you calm, or is just a generic because people are calm? What was the
Because
entire
people are
experience?
calm. Because, like in COVID, you can see everybody had news that everyone's panicking. So I used to naturally panic myself. But then when I had somebody nearby calm, so I would be calm too.
But when you're sitting and being calm, are there any thoughts that's playing on your mind?
Not really.
No thoughts?
Not really.
Not really, no thoughts. Oh, amazing. Okay, so now it's been like how many years now since you were 6 and you are now
Yes.
13. That's quite a long years. And so, are there any changes that you have begin practicing? And do you feel practicing meditation or this Raj Yoga sets you apart from other, teenagers or young kids?
Maybe it sets me apart a bit because like everybody is on social media, but I'm not, because I'm not much interested in others' lives. I'm interested in improving my life.
Were you always like this, even when you're 6?
Yes.
Don't you feel like you need to know about what other children are doing, or they're having fun, or they're engaged in a lot of games or different other things? Don't you think that you're missing out on them?
No, I'm not missing out. I do involve with them, but if they're doing anything wrong, I just simply politely say that no, I'm sorry, I won't do this.
Wow, it's amazing to hear you say these things. It's
Thank
just
you.
it tells me a lot about your priorities. You certainly know your priorities, and it's not your age. I mean, it's not like you have to be defined by your age or by your peers. Now that you are here in Dubai and you've been studying here in Dubai,
Yes.
do you see you're in a community where there are different students, different nationalities? How do you see the difference of that being with them?
I'm actually studying in a mostly Indian school, so everybody is similar. So there is one goal to be similar with them. And the thing is, I've noticed, like, for example, during the summer vacation, most classmates of mine woke up late, like maybe like late in the mornings or afternoons. And I was the only kid in my class who woke up by 4 or 5.
So what do you do at 4 o'clock in the morning?
In the mornings, the first thing in the morning and the last thing in the night is praying to God for me. So I just chant a few mantras and meditate for 5 or 10 minutes.
So what do you do when you're meditating for 5 minutes? What's playing on your mind, or prayer that you say?
First, I ask for blessings for the day if it's in the morning, and for the night, I give all my I speak to God as a friend that whatever happened in this day, I speak about that.
Okay, so you kind of you consider that as meditation.
Yes.
Wonderful. I know that you used to also participate, or are you still participating in Enlightened Kids? For our viewers, we here at Raj Yoga Center has this program called Enlightened Kids,
Yes.
which happens. It's a program for children 6 to 12, and they do have a lot of activities, fun, games, but there is something that they are common about. It's the virtues
Yes.
that each one, the qualities that are naturally within each child. So you have been practicing that for quite a few years. What were your experiences with that?
I like how everyone is free and energetic here, yet they're calm. So like it's a nice balance I see in here. And finally, like I love the virtues taught here too.
What is your favorite virtue? If you have to choose one, that's your most, you think is your most beautiful quality that you can always rely on in anything that you do or you practice or how you interact with other children, for example.
Just like in a sea, there are a lot of water drops. So, for example, the sea is the world, and then we are the water drop. So, if one can do it, like adding one drop to the ocean makes it bigger eventually.
So you feel like you're one droplet in the sea?
Yes. So, like if I can do something good, I will.
What are the things that you like doing something good, for example?
For example, like maybe helping out in the center if I get an opportunity, or make some like greetings for the guests who come here.
But for yourself and for your friends, what are the, or your family or your parents, are there specific things that you like to do, or you use your qualities that allow you to grow, allow you to be happier?
I'm actually pretty happy, like I'm content with my life. I feel that I've gotten that one goal which I had been searching for in my entire life.
So you don't want to wish for anything?
I'm actually pretty much content, but I like to encourage my friends and family to be much more like calm and encourage them to do good things. Like
If you have to be given a gift, what would it be?
it would be the power of, I would think, like being able to give virtues to others.
Virtues, being able to give virtues to others. Very interesting. So what would you, so you think, yeah, it's good to give virtues to others, and don't you think you can do that already?
I can do that, but sometimes when you have that peace of mind, when you think that yes, I want to be good for others, our thoughts automatically change. So the virtues are better then.
So you mean, for example, you want to give a gift of peace to others. Do you think you can do that?
Not yet. I'll try to be better though.
But you think it's possible?
Yes, it's possible.
Do you know if there are people who do that? Like, they can give peace to others.
Yes, there are a lot of people in this
Do you
world.
know that? Do you know that? Do you know people who actually can give peace to others in a sense?
Yes, sometimes we can understand by just looking in their eyes. When we take the drishti, we can just understand.
Drishti. Drishti means vision, you mean?
Yes, like taking their blessings through visions.
Wow. It's been a really interesting conversation. But I want to go through your experiences further. I want to ask you about meditation itself. Do you understand meditation, and do you think it is essential?
It is a very essential part of life because, like, even if we don't have time to do it separately, we can do it anytime, whenever, even if we are asleep or if we are doing any work. It is just like the peace of mind we need.
So, what is meditation to you, if you can describe it?
Meditation is basically like maybe a friendly conversation to God, like because we are emptying our thoughts to the God.
So, it is basically just connecting to the divine.
Yes, it's a deep connection.
What about to yourself? If you are about to talk to yourself, what would that conversation be like?
Maybe it would be about my inner feelings that I really feel about everyone. Why do I think about this, like that?
Do you have challenges that you face on a daily
Maybe.
basis?
maybe I do have a bit of challenges.
What are those? Like, for example, do you experience challenge with a friend or with your classmates, or do you experience those kind of things? Like sometimes they can be annoying. They are testing your patience, stuff like that. Do you have those experiences?
Not really in school, but maybe at home. Like
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes do not get enough time to meditate, or maybe like a few of my relatives might not support of this like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But then they do like my personality of being calm, so they understand these days that this is important. Meditation is needed in life.
But what if, yeah, like somebody comes to you and like that, and they say, I don't support what you're doing, or I didn't like the idea of this. How do you respond to that?
I would normally say that if I like it, I'll do it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's benefiting the world, so it's not nothing bad.
So, what's your biggest lesson that you have taken from this Raj Yoga meditation since many years now that you are practicing? It's that particular thing or particular thought or idea that you keep coming back again and again every day of your life. Like for you, this is the most beautiful, powerful experience that you've had since you began.
For me, the best gift I could ever ask for is contentment and acceptance in life.
Mm-hmm.
Because just like I had said before, I wouldn't accept being like a low ranker, but then now I'll accept it. I don't really mind.
Describe to us what is contentment.
Contentment is like when we are peaceful and we accept everything we have. We are content with what we have. We are happy that we don't need more. We are not jealous that the person has this, we want it too. So I'm like, if I have this, I'm content with it. I don't need more.
You don't need more. I mean, in this world today, it's hard to find people who would say, I don't need more.
It's actually like rare these days.
What do you think are your resources or sources of contentment?
Sometimes my sources of contentment are reading books silently, like that, and helping around my family. It gives me a sense of contentment that at least they have someone to look after and I can look after someone.
Wow, that's beautiful. I wanted to keep asking you a lot of things because you're making me realize about contentment at a young age. How do you see the future, your future? You're only 13 and there's a lot more to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
For you and in your schooling, you're going to college, you're going to become a professional. Do you see that in yourself? I mean, in your future?
Yes, I do think about my future, but not much. I focus on the present.
Oh, focus on the present. But you dream about being something or somebody in the future. And what would that be like?
I'm actually mostly interested in science, like the life. So I dream of being a physiotherapist, but in that,
Physiotherapist.
yes,
Okay.
in that also I can include meditation.
Oh, so you wanted to do something that has to do with meditation.
Yes.
And it's about physiotherapy. Okay. Uh, Tell me about that. Why physiotherapy?
Because my mother, like not only my mother, my entire family says that I have a magical power from God, that
Wow.
because like many times if anybody in my family has a physical injury, like maybe a strain or something, which has been there for a long time, when I massage it a bit, like a bit or tend to it, they feel better.
Really?
Yes.
So you have healing powers. That's I mean, what were you thinking when you're doing those? Like you're kind of treating or giving some physical support to someone who's injured. What were the thoughts playing in your mind?
I asked for God's blessing, and I even asked to like heal the person who is in pain.
Wow. And you see that materializing in front of you? Like you see them literally feeling better?
Maybe like not suddenly, but a little bit later.
So you think that has to do with your meditation?
Yeah.
Wow. Now I want to ask you, because you mentioned earlier about COVID,
Yes.
and it was a very, for many of us, of course, for most of people in the world, it was something that nobody wanted to experience, and it was a big surprise
Yes.
for all of us, a big challenge. And now we have come out of it, and the future, do you see that the future is certain or uncertain?
Future is always uncertain because we do not know what could happen next. If it's calm, suddenly it could be chaos. It's uncertain.
But considering that, don't you feel that your future might be endangered because of those so many uncertainties in the world? And is there any fear that you see or feel because of that?
No, if God has protected me till now, He will protect me later too.
Wow, that's
I
a
have
very
trust.
beautiful, that's a very strong view to say at a young age. You don't have fear, you are contented. So what else? What else do you hope for in the future? What else do you hope for the world, for example?
I just hope for a better place to live in.
But how do we make that happen? What do you think is the key for us to make the world a better place?
Just like being calm, because sometimes being calm is the key these days. If you are not calm, we escalate into anger quickly, it escalates.
So being calm is enough, or to start changing the world?
Not really, because one does not make an effort. Like if everybody does it, it makes a bigger effort. But at least one needs to start.
One needs to start. So you do feel that, for example, in the classroom, if you're calm, and there's so much chaos, you know that, every other child is different, every other student is different, and they can be, sometimes irritating, sometimes they can be, persistent, or sometimes
Yes.
there are different characters that you encounter. So do you think the power to be calm with yourself in that environment changes everything? I mean, changes the atmosphere in your school?
It doesn't change my atmosphere, at least, because I'm mostly calm in those situations too. But yes, when I speak up that this isn't wrong, so the class does understand it a lot.
Wow.
They are nice with me.
So they know that you do meditate, your classmates?
Yes, a bit. Like some of them know.
Some of your friends. What do they say about it when you say that I do practice meditation?
They're pretty cool with it.
Really? Did they ask about it, or they want to, take an interest as well?
If they ask like I want to know more about this, I tell them more about it. Like not too much if they don't want to know more, but I do inform them about it.
What is the wisdom that you have taken from Raj Yoga so far?
Till now, my main only thing is about contentment and acceptance. This is the greatest gift that I could ever ask for.
That's a beautiful thing to say, and I think that wraps up our conversation. I would like to talk more about so many things that you can share. Oh, one thing that I remember about the environment. So we have experiences about the environment. It affects our health. It affects our future. What's your view about the environment?
The environment too needs contentment and peace, because just like we say that a plant needs musical or calmness to grow, I think we are the plant, or our mind is the plant.
Our mind is the plant.
Yes, because just as we think, it grows in that thinking.
Okay, now you mentioned about mind. I wanted to talk more about a little bit more. Let us give you a few minutes, and I wanted to spend a few minutes with you. What is your understanding of the mind, and how is it different from this physical body that we, functioning?
Our mind and brain is actually different. Our brain does what the mind says. So the mind is actually trained from when we are small. So that's why when we learn some habit as we are small, it grows in that way when we grow older. Like as we grow, it grows.
So what your understanding of the mind is separate from the brain.
Yes.
And the mind is there even when you were young. It's being trained Trained in the sense of, in what way do you mean it's being trained?
Like if we sow the seed of uncertainty, then our whole life will be uncertain about everything. But then if we sow the seed of calmness, like we take on the habit of it, then we are of that thinking the entire life.
So are you saying those kind of practices and habits are going to the mind, not to
Yes.
the brain?
Yes.
Okay. So the mind is a separate thing inside us, and the brain is a separate thing
Yes.
that connects with each other, is it?
Yes.
So it's like there is this. What is the mind made of? Can you just give me your understanding of that?
The mind is actually not like a separate thing in a body, physical body, but then it's like a piece of us that does the thinking, like the habitual things, and the brain just enacts on it.
The brain enacts on it. Interesting. Well, that's a very beautiful way to look at things, and the way you have understand yourself in terms of your mind and your feelings of contentment and your acceptance. I think that's a very, very big achievement, and I congratulate you
Thank
for
you.
being that example. And this is really the beauty of Raj Yoga that I appreciate, and I'm very proud and I'm very happy to meet someone like you. I feel like I met a real gem in the world, that a very important person, because to me, having that peace of mind, having that calmness, I think it's a really, really rare gift. And meeting people like you is like a deep honor.
Thank you.
To have that opportunity to speak with you, know your interests, know your focus, your concern for others. I think you are a great soul.
Thank you a lot.
I mean, in a young body, speaking like this, having that interest, I feel like it tells me a lot about, you taught me a lot of lesson about today about Raj Yoga, that it's not just only for people of age, of certain age, but also for young ones, and it's the soul in you that speaks to me. It's the soul in you that says that this is what I want in life: contentment and acceptance. And it's a
Yes.
very beautiful, beautiful thing to say.
Thank you.
So Yutika Lohar, 13 years old, learning how to meditate at 6, and also experiencing the joy of it. Congratulations and thank you. Join us again next week for another interesting experience and another interesting discussion about Raj Yoga meditation experience. Thank you and good evening.